done. Do what you can with what you got, and we'll fight for the rest of the resources we need. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. Thank you very, very much, and welcome to the beginning of the end of homelessness in Fredericton.
Again, you can't hear me, but thanks very much, Tim. Tim's been inspirational nationally. He's a tireless advocate for better affordable housing nationally. Several of us in this room may have had the opportunity to attend some of the national conferences that he puts on. I've had the honor of presenting at 2 or 3 of them. I've been invited to present. And you get to meet inspirational people. But most of all, you come out of those, and after hearing Tim speak and the people that he has around him, positive people that are taking action, and that's the key here. Before I forget, I have a couple of closing remarks, but I want to really thank some of our key sponsors that allowed this event here today and the point in time count to happen. Service Canada, the Homelessness Partnering Strategy, Economic and Social Inclusion Corporation, and the Greater Fredericton Social Innovation. And I'd also like to do a little shout out to not all the volunteers that helped in the point in time count. I'd like to do a little shout out to some of our great city staff that are here today too to run the technical part of this. I think what you can take out of this, what I take out of this is that we're taking action. We can sit here, as Tim said, and complain, and point fingers, and there's a lot of fingers that could be pointed, but it hasn't done us any good in the past. And we have a plan. In 2015, we introduced a community action plan, the Road Home. It can be done. No plan is any good if it's too easy to do. There's a lot of challenges in that plan. There's never enough money, there's never enough time, there's never enough people. And the need is always this big. And how do we get it down to this big? But it's a plan. We now have some good data. And it's a complex issue. You all know that. Every time we talk about ending homelessness, first of all, we've got to get out, as we said, away from the reactionary process of dealing with the problem. We always have to help people in need, but we got to solve the problem before it gets out of hand. And every time we talk about, well, we got to do more affordable housing. Remember, an advocate on mental health said, well, Mike, the real issue is mental health. If you have early intervention in the schools or in the community to address mental health issues, it's one of the most treatable diseases, afflictions there is. And if you have early intervention at a young age, you can reduce mental health issues, which reduces addictions and eventually leads to homelessness. And I met another passionate person, the former lieutenant governor, who said, well, no, Mike, the real issue is early childhood literacy. Because children's literacy patterns are set by the time they're 5 or 6 years old. And if you catch them early enough so that they can read and feel comfortable reading, they will not develop mental health issues and they'll not become homeless. So we got homelessness, we got mental health, we've got early childhood literacy. The point is, we all have a role to play in this. And the plan home, that our plan ties this all together so that we can focus on the positive ways to solve the problem, address the problem, and help those most in need. I want to, again, really thank everybody who's involved in this. There's 30,000 people in Canada on any given night that are homeless. And this is Canada, people, and this is Fredericton. We can do better. We have a plan that's going to allow us to do better, and we're going to do better. There's no question in my mind. It's going to take a community effort to rally around our plan and have all these great groups in this community that all have their own individual mandate as they come together as a group, or we come together to end homelessness. Again, it can be done. I take on Tim's challenge. We'll get those 18 people that need our immediate help housed. We'll address that. The community, you can see the way we rallied. We've had the highest per capita income, or highest per capita number of Syrian refugees in Canada come to our community, and we're helping them. And there's more on the way, and we'll help them. And the 18 people and more than our community that need help, we'll help them. We're going to do it. So thank you very much. Stick around. There's some refreshments. Give yourself a round of applause because everybody has a role to play in this. Thank you.
Are we not allowed to ask questions, Mike? The media is not allowed to ask questions?
Pardon?
The media is not allowed to ask questions?
Well, you can ask a couple questions, Charles. Yes, you can participate in that, but yes.
Just a question and a comment. At first, I realized that when they mentioned the fine work of the Fredericton Police Force, I never said a word. I'm doing good. And I realized that I'll never be a counselor because I can't sit down here for about 4 hours. But the point I want to say is, it's all right, it was good. And I had a family member that offered me a car. I'm on social assistant. People that don't know, I'm a blogger in the city. My name is LeBlanc Charles. I'm on social assistant. Family member offered me a car. Say, here, Charles, here's a car. And I said, okay, what am I going to do with that car? I make $537 a month. Can't afford the insurance, can't afford the gas, all that issue. And the only mode of transportation with the refugees that's coming and people on social assistance is a bicycle. Now, I think you know where I'm going with this. And we had a place downtown, Capitol Cycle it was called, and then they were told to move out because they want to build a hotel. So these poor people, and I went in there, and they're beautiful people, good public relations skill. They help the homeless and the refugees, anyone that goes in there to help fix their bicycle. Ever since that happened, they went out, the city has done nothing, absolutely nothing to locate them a place downtown. They had the guts to say, oh, we got a place on Henwell. How are the homeless going to get on top of Henwell? So that got me upset, not the first time.
Question, Charles.
That question is very simple.
Yeah.
When are we going? Are the cities going to make an effort to find these people a place that they could fix their bike and they could continue? The mode of transportation for the homeless is riding a bicycle. New Brunswick, I'm not done. Fredericton is the only place that enforce. The police goes after people that ride a bicycle without a helmet. Quebec and Ontario is 18 years and younger. You got to wear a helmet. So the bicycle trails are there. The homeless don't use it because they don't want to be harassed. So it says here at the end of the video, it said, public and health risks. That's very important. Now, do you want the homeless to get fat and die? It's good. It'd be good for the city to show a fine example. Let the refugees, let the homeless ride their bicycle free, and find a place that they could fix their bike downtown. That's it.
Hey, thanks, Charles. Look, that's a big issue to you, and I thank you for bringing that up. First of all, the original Capital City bike, that came out of a community effort to drive that. The city did provide the space to them in the other building. Unfortunately, that building's coming down. So it's not fair to say the city hasn't done anything. They provided that space basically for free for a year or two. But I accept your challenge. That is a big community initiative. We'll have to find a spot for them somewhere. So we'll accept your challenge. And as far as the Syrian refugees, yes, a bicycle is a common way of transportation, but the city has anteed up and offered a year-long bus pass for everybody so that they can get used to the buses. So we're doing what we can, but we can always do better. As I tried to say earlier, we will do better, so I accept your challenge on that. So thanks, Charles. Yes, Andre. People, go get some refreshments if you wish, yeah. Yeah.
First, looks like this is baseline data.
Baseline data, yes.
As a citizen, can I have access to that so I can crunch the numbers?
Yes? Yes.
Do what I do.
Yeah.
Theoretical framework.
You can have that information, yes.
The other.
Within privacy issues, yeah, you can have the data, the hard data.
The other thing is as I was listening to, of course, I think in terms of systems and timelines,
Yes.
things are going to be done. You mentioned, or the gentleman on the screen mentioned that 18 people. What I didn't see is what's the timeline, because when you put something in place, if you're going to make it set up, timeline,
Yeah.
you've got your baseline data, now
Yeah.
you've got the point you started with. So, what's going to be accomplished in a month, 6 months, in a year? Because at the same time as we're moving on a timeline, other issues come in that can take away from it.
Yeah. Our overarching plan, our plan to end homelessness has timelines and KPIs and measures. This data that we just gathered to the point in time gives us some harder current data, and it identified 18 individuals right now that need our immediate help. So I'm going to say that those 18 people, the action for them is immediately. And And immediately is just as fast as we can rally a place for them to be in the community, just as we did with the next 26 in Isaac's Way. After that, you can refer to our plan that's online, and we can get you a copy of it, that shows the action items for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Okay? So this 18 that we've identified, I can say that that is immediate. So the immediate is just as fast as we can do it, because they need our help right now.
And in closing, I was seeing in other locations on housing, providing housing for homeless, reduces the cost, the overall costs.
Absolutely.
Alternative, but here in Fredericton, the mindset is profiteers, and this landlord who dominates that particular market is not going to have orgasms. Think that he's going to lose units. So we've got that aspect.
It's one of the aspects of the plan is dealing with landlords and addressing and giving the landlords support to know that there's a comfort level that when they step forward to be part of the solution, that the community can offer supports to help the individuals that may be housed in their apartments to be successful, and therefore make the whole process for the landlord more seamless as well. So. Anyway, look, we got to get going. And happy birthday. I know it's your birthday. I won't tell anybody how old you are.